AYUC.TV.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Australian Youth Ultimate Championships here in Adelaide, Australia. Right in front of us we have the semi-final on day 2. It is New South Wales versus ACT. I was reading off the telly instead of looking right what's in front of me.
And just like that, ACT draw first blood. We're very quick to get going here on this semi-final action. Simon Talbot here.
With Louisa Batista.
Yeah, both teams not messing around. They're both just straight on the field, ready to go. No huddles, let's do it. So a lot more on the ball than the commentary team here.
Our apologies. So to give you a little bit of background, so this combination did meet in round 1 yesterday with a very tight game. New South Wales taking it out just at 9-7.
Exciting game, that one. It was very close down to the wire with a couple of big plays at the end. So ACT just went all offense down the open side with Thea Osmond throwing the goal there, and that was Alyssa Gregory. Alyssa Gregory's been playing Ultimate for just over 4 weeks now. comes from playing basketball, and yeah, key role in this team is to be at the end of those kind of passes, getting the goals. So ACT to pull on defense, shorter pull, but get some extra yards with the rolling. New South Wales to start with the disc, with Strawn to pick up. Strawn sends it forward, but out of the reach of Kayla Chan. And ACT with their first possession at this point.
So we have Rachel Joyce, captain of ACT with the disc at the moment. Co-captain.
Field to Jones. Jones sends a Blady forehand to Eaton, but puts it just over her shoulder. He's trying to pick up Chan. Goes for continuation, but too much spice in that forehand, and taken cleanly by Prattley. To Jones. To Eaton. Eaton into the knee of Kayla Chan. Wow, with the disc now. A backhand breakout. We saw lots of that backhand break in that last game, so I should be looking for that. But both teams are sort of sizing each other up now, filling each other out. Not many risky shots happening with the disc. Joyce now. Eaton. Joyce gets the continuation up the line, sends the big huck up. Over the head of Kroll. I'm not sure Kroll realised that was to her, but drifted away to the middle of the end zone. So not bad positioning for the throw, but just the receivers need to be a bit more on edge. I think this second point will shake a few of those nerves out. Clifford into Hua. ACT covering most of the undercuts here at the moment. Strawn hurried that catch a bit, tried to get straight into the throw and puts it on the ground. Joyce to pick up, about 22 from goal in the centre field. Points to where she wants her cutters to go, sends it up, looking for Kroll. And Kroll with a nice clean catch. 2-0 to ACT.
Bit of a longer point there, but ACT with the conversion.
Yeah, I think both teams showing a few nerves there. Just lots of uncertainty in their cutting and a few shaky hands going for catches. But Joyce, one of the more experienced players in this game, having played a third youth Nats and will be representing Australia later this year. at under 20 championships. Great forehand shot to the advantage of Maddie Kroll.
Yeah.
Kroll in her second Youth Nats campaign, also a basketballer. So ACT putting New South Wales on the back foot immediately. They're not even 5 minutes into the game, they're already up by 2. Conditions have settled a bit since this morning, only a slight crossfield breeze, probably about 10-15k, heading away from the camera. ACT with a zone look, Strawn to Itoyo. Strawn playing in close. Transition to a match defense now. Strawn and Itoyo contain just a small ball between the two of them. Let's move the yards. Itoyo up the line. That's going to be a dangerous cut all afternoon. Looking forward. Not much on offer upfield. Looks back to Strawn. Nice little seconds, about 8 or 9 just short passes between these two have gained about 30 metres. All within about 5 metres of the sideline. Back to Strawn. Strawn finally sends it up.
Oh.
She, I think she spotted up, that was in Collis at the back there. But ended up coming in short. Sorry, it was Crawford. She was spotting up and ended up coming in short to Lee, who just was not ready for it. Osmond now to start play, 64 from goal. Great opening move there from Neve.
And Nguyen with the interception.
Itoyo to restart, about 20 from goal. Puts that backhand break out, but Osmond all over it. has that scouted. And puts the big forehand up, a couple of numbers underneath it, and
Yeah, great backup.
chased down well there by
Morgan.
Ariana Morgan. Mosman gets it back, sends up a second one. Strawn underneath that. And who's come down with that? That's
Catherine Neve.
Catherine Neve, just hung at the back there and just dared Strawn to go up early, and Neve's just come down with it. Neve in her first year playing Ultimate. Regular participant in Southside League in Canberra. As you see here, Osmond just the old double huck strategy. Sends it to Ariana Morgan. And you'll see her coming in flying from the right here to get it back. And puts it up again. Nice smooth forehand action, keeping them nice and flat.
Strawn under both of those contests.
Strawn got a finger to it, but Neve just positioned herself well. She just held her ground. Knew that Strawn would come into her and just steadied herself and just went up at the right time. Excellent receiving by her.
And that's 3-0 to ACT. Really ideal start for a team wanting to come out and prove themselves in the semi-final.
Yeah, they obviously want to get a strong start, stamp the authority in the game, make New South Wales have to chase this total down. Not content just going back and forth with them all game. Strawn to Itoyo. Chan. Plenty of involvement from Chan early as an opening cutter. It's Lee.
Clifford really wanting it deep.
Strawn goes up the line. Great layup bid, but
Great bid.
it's a fraction too far. Osmond to restart. Not much happening from the cut. They're still setting up their stack. Joyce unmarked in the middle. To Eaton. Eaton at the needs of Georgia Bauer, unable to lock her hands around that disc. So New South Wales will have another chance. Strawn. Nice backhand break. Jendua puts it out to Strawn's advantage, but Osmond just too quick there. Puts the big forehand shot, looking for Joyce. Joyce had to go early because she knew that Lee was coming in hot behind her. Just went a bit too early. Maybe the legs were a bit fresher. She could have dialed that down, and just like that, out of reach of Chan. Morgan. And Prattley sends it up, looking for Osmond, and Osmond goes up with both feet, both hands, locks it in. 4-0 ACT.
Only 10 minutes in.
Now, I want to address the elephant in the room here, Lou, is that I think New South Wales are relying too heavily on a small number of players. So they've called a timeout here. I feel like they really wore out like Strawn, Lee, Itoyo, maybe Kayla Chan to a small degree by giving them lots of game time against Victoria.
Yeah, we saw them very heavily in those games. I think maybe 1 or 2 subs over the entire stretch of the game, which did go into overtime. So, yeah, they would be, you'd think they would be feeling it by now.
Yeah, they're just sort of that half step off the pace. If these two teams were playing this morning, you'd expect it to be a lot more even, but yeah, a lot of aerobic capacity required in Ultimate. There's you know, not unusual for teams to play 2 or 3 80-minute games in the same day. And especially New South Wales ended up being a 100-minute game against Victoria in the final pool game. Such was the intensity of that matchup. So you just wonder what those top few players from New South Wales have to give today or this afternoon.
Yeah.
Not to say that ACT are not playing well. They're playing great offense at the moment.
Yeah, very well.
Every player having the confidence to look forward and throw forward. They're not just the type of receivers that just look straight back to a handler. They will have a look upfield. They will take shots.
Yeah, very dynamic.
So ACT they scored the first goal on offense and then have since scored 3 defensive conversions. Puts them to quite the advantage because New South Wales will need at least 3 defensive conversions back to be even in the game. Got a chance on offense now, and best way to start a defensive run, is just to put a nice clean offensive point in now. Strawn. Again, controlling the pace of the offense here. Critchley. Strawn sends a big one up with Clifford under it, and Clifford had the right position there, but Neve just was able to get her hand up and get just enough on it. Oh, sorry, Hazeman just got fingernails to the bottom rim of the disc, and was enough to bring it to ground. French to restart play for Joyce, but read well by Itoyo. Peeled off her marker in front of the stack. And New South Wales go a quick 1-2. They're close to the line, not quite inbound, not quite in the end zone. Foot on the line, which means play must restart from where that is now. You win.
Yeah, great option. Critchley with the goal.
Good work by Critchley there, and
it looks like they're celebrating, end zone celebration.
A number of teams are doing their best to put on the best team celebration today.
I believe there is a prize
for
the most creative.
Yeah, Ultimate Australia may be putting on a bit of an incentive for teams to do that. So we see, yeah, that initial grab, yeah, just on that first contact with the ground was on the line, so Nguyen had to take it back, restart from there. Then took a time size up options there. Nice, yeah, breakthrough under the arm. Ruined him well by Critchley. Good work rate by Critchley on that point. She was providing a number of deep cuts, but then was just as quick to move back under. So did that about 5 or 6 times. So comes to the bench for a well-earned rest after that. Kayla Chan sends the pull up, but doesn't angle it the way she would have liked, and so we'll give ACT a chance. About 30 out from goal. Osmond. Got a few offers on the break side, but just keeps looking deep.
Yeah, Stack maybe looking a little bit still there.
Morgan there with the attempt. It could have. I think it might have just been a bit fatigue in the legs. You know, yesterday morning she might have taken that cleanly, but. And again, another fumble from Dua. So Osmond to pick up about 20 from goal. Looks straight at the line straight away. It's gone overhead and sails way out of the reach of Morgan. It was Neve providing that first early option there. So I think at this stage, ACT are prepared just to take those shots. They've got a pretty comfortable lead at the moment. They can afford to take some risks. Osmond flies early, but there's enough for Clifford to back out of the contest, and the disc goes to ground. So Osmond will pick it up about 15 metres from goal. A lot of movement towards the open side here, and Osmond forced to take the shot just at the back of the stack, and I think she didn't get it away at a time, and Crawford's called the stall out. Sorry, not Crawford, Clifford. So the disc will be returned. I don't think Osmond's going to contest that one. I think she might know that, yeah, shaking the head. She reckons she might have got it out. So it's treated as a change of possession. So New South Wales get the disc. Plenty of options heading deep, but a lot of traffic to throw through Chan. New South Wales deep sitting very, very deep here. They're about 50 metres away from the disc at the moment. Big crossfield shot going across to Clifford. Clifford to Itoyo. Again.
Yeah, the stack is quite spaced out and
Yeah.
not actively moving.
I think they may be trying to draw space for their handlers to work in, but once the handlers get in that power position, they haven't got room to throw into for those deep shots. Eaton with the disc to Osmond. Great cut there from Maddie Kroll. And Kroll sends the backhand out, but
just a foot behind.
yeah, it doesn't put enough on it. Yeah, not much action happening with the cuts there. Wide option there provided by Loveday. Loveday just hesitates just that fraction of a second before letting go of the disc, and it's enough for Itoyo to pull up and lose her momentum. So ACT with their 5th possession. Nice under and up throw. Looking for Georgia Bauer there, but they just sat it up long enough for more defenders to come in and make it more difficult. Chan out to Itoyo. Itoyo. Looking for the cut from Smeaton, but it's a bit too far. Osmond left here without any backup. She's going to have to throw forward, but Prattley's come back to help her out. And takes a second go at it, but
through the legs.
New South Wales will shoot early, up it goes. Coming back in towards the midfields.
I think that might have been intended for Clifford.
Yeah, I was looking at Clifford, but Dua had to go at it, but it's a Prattley now. Nice tidy forehand to Eaton. inside to Osmond. Osmond out wide. Looking for Neve, but through Neve's hands. So a lot of back and forth this point, Lou.
Yeah, definitely.
Itoyo to restart. Again,
Interesting.
they've got a deep cutter sat about, again, about 50 metres away from the disc here. But mistimed connection on the back pass there gives ACT yet another possession. Osmond just forward of the brick mark, so about 20 metres from goal in the centre of the field. Stack set up at the front of the end zone, so I'll probably look for something nice and wide. Plenty of others underneath it, and quite a few come in, but foul called on that one by Georgia Bauer. She had the right position and went straight up for it, but not the easiest of challenges when you've got Strawn and Smeaton coming in hot. Yeah, camped herself right underneath it. And looks
to me like she had a hand on it.
Definitely had one hand there, but looks like it's being called as a foul rather than a strip. The difference being that a foul means possession would come to the front of the end zone. A strip would be an instant goal. So they settle on foul. Bauer brings it back to the front of the end zone to restart play. It goes for one goal, but I think Strong got a hand to that one and popped it up. So Chan, 64 from goal, big inside look, but Morgan with the run through, double-handed block. Osmond. Someone's gone over in the end zone. They've spun the wheels and hit the deck, and high throw goes up, and that's Monique Eaton grabbing that goal, but looks like that player that took a tumble might have gone down injured. Not something you ever want to see at a tournament. There's someone going down injured, but yeah, we see the throw go up. Another high forehand, but Ethan had the best read on that. Now I think that play might restart to before that goal, given the injury injury occurred before the throw, but no, the players agreed that didn't affect the throw or the catch. So the goal will stand 5-1 to ACT. That was Erin Crawford, the player going down there, her first year playing out of the Manly area.
Yeah, and seen on the sideline getting some support from an ACT player, which is great to see.
Yeah. Yeah, no one likes to see a teammate or an opponent go down. Everyone likes to play just for the enjoyment of the game, so.
Yeah, great patience from Eaton there. I think that's her second goal now.
Yep.
Yeah. Great read, and then to sit back and wait for it to come to her. It's great patience.
Eaton's sporting background prior to her 2 years of Ultimate was in soccer, so knows where to be and when to run. Yeah, 5-1 to ACT, so ACT will look just to be steady here and just hold on to this lead. They don't need to do anything amazing to break this game out, but I think that pull will land inbounds. Certainly taking it from the sideline. Osaka Itoyo, New South Wales captain with the disc. Inboard to Strawn. Turn to win. Back to Itoyo. Still working on this sort of three handler movement. Going to gain yards, but then take shots at the cutters. Nice cutters coming inboard, but Coming in hot there was Christy Vu, another first-year player from southwest of Sydney. That's French with the disc and passes to Bauer. Oh, sorry, Sam Nethery. Has to just back up and send it. Still can't get in quite high there, but gained some valuable territory with that throw. Put New South Wales right back in their own end zone. So it'll be Eva Strawn to restart play. 64 from goal. Good opening cut by Critchley there, but
Yeah, nice early cut.
Morgan missing the D there. This sat up for a while there, but it'll be Rachel Joyce picking up the disc. 24 from goal. Wants a big wide forehand, sends it up, looking for Morgan there, and also the gust of wind that just took our camera a little bit. also just took that disc a bit further, just out of Morgan's reach. Ariana Morgan, first time at Youth Nationals, but played Ultimate for 3 years, and her sporting background was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu prior to Ultimate.
Yeah,
so
very neat.
So you can see her hanging tough all day. She'll be there right to the very end. Another possession for ACT. There's a call on the play. I think there was a pick, but they decided it was well after the play was done, so the turnover will stand. Joyce to pick up the disc right on the sideline, sends the forehand up the line. Straight to the waiting hands of Itoyo. Itoyo with a quick restart. Strong with a big hammer over the top to Nguyen, but Nguyen can't reel it in. It was in a difficult place. It was on her left side.
Yeah, close to the sideline.
Close to the ground, so French to restart. Puts it up again. They're looking to go up the line. They've got cuts going in and then heading up the line, but it leaves not much of a target for the throwers. They're throwing in a very narrow window.
Yeah, really tight to have to thread that through.
Togo sends a huge backhand up the line, looking for the win. And the win, has a clean go at it, but yeah, I think she was just sort of sizing it up, waiting for it to come in bounce, went up at the right time, but just attacked the disc a bit too hard and just knocked it away. So Joyce pick up the disc. ACT stuck very, very close to the disc here. Wouldn't be surprised if they look for a shot up the line. Nethery. Inboard to French. French left without back up here, but Joyce comes back and Strawn with the run through. Gets placed straight away. Lots of action happening here, but Itoyo just keen just to hang on to it for a second.
Well, that's Vu with the disc, yep.
Yeah, Vu and Itoyo. Itoyo with that big ripping backhand.
Yeah.
And who's that? That's Tegan Collis with the goal.
Yeah, a slight change in structure on their New South Wales defence, and I think, yeah, that proved really effective. Strawn able to make that intercept.
That backhand from Itoyo, we saw it in the Victoria game. Whenever they gave it up to her, she'd always take it, and it was a nice smooth backhand. And her teammates know to be there for it. Collis almost completely unmarked there, so Collis in her second campaign for the New South Wales Emus. Also another Hurlstone Ag player. Has been playing in that school for close to 5 years now, so understands the basics of the sport well, but starting to get into the competitive side of things and fitting in very well. 5-2 to ACT. ACT to start with possession from 50 from goal. Eaton. Pushes it forward to Prattley. Osmond, big high forehand. Couple plays underneath this one, and great position there by O'Neive again, but hurries the throw a little bit. I thought she thought her initial catch was in, but Hazeman there. But hurry the throw, didn't forget to move, and big throw goes up, looking for New South Wales. It's going to hang for a while. Can she get there? That was Bronte Clifford trying to chase that down. I reckon legs are a bit fresher, she would have got that. Clifford got the assignment on Osmond now. We saw her, Bronte Clifford's been getting the tough defensive matchups here. She's working hard and containing them well, so Osmond down. Got her head high, scanning what's happening in the end zone. A big throw goes up the line, looking for Georgia Bauer there, but
just a little bit too low.
Yep. Thrown at her feet. That was Prattley with the throw there. So injury call there, and it was Kayla Loveday having to come off there, feeling a bit tight in, looks like the calf, I think, and Kayla Chan to come on for it. Strawn. Chan. Back to Itoya. Wants that backhand.
Yeah, Clifford remaining deep, looking for that backhand.
Forehand out of reach at Chan. And so Hastings had another go. This, to go 4 up again, would be pretty devastating for the New South Wales side. So stacked nice and short, left themselves room out the back, and Osmond tries the backhand this time, rips it out, and fair bit of spice on that backhand. Looking at Monique Eaton, she took her eyes to the disc just to work out where she was in relation to the end zone, and because of the zip the disc had, she lost sight of it. So Toyo pivots forward, winds up that backhand and goes for it, looking for Angelina Lee, but drifts wide, out of bounds. Osmond to restart. Left without a dump at the moment. Oh, the disc is actually going to come back into play where it went out of bounds. About 15 from goal. ACT setting up in the end zone now. Big break forehand comes out. Numbers at the back.
Oh. Eaton very close, but had a slight slip before she had a chance to have a go at that one.
Spun the wheels as she tried to backpedal and went full stretch to try and get it, but
oh, sorry, that was Kroll.
Oh, Kroll at the back, yep. Kroll marking now. Toyo with the backhand break out to Strawn. Strawn goes full stretch. Can't pull it in. And ACT
with another chance at goal.
Yeah, 8 metres from goal.
Prattley with the disc.
Yep, back to the sideline where it rolled out of bounds. Puts the big forehand up over the top. Numbers underneath it, and that's a goal to Beck Hazeman. Again, another unintended receiver, I think. I think the throw was actually heading into Maddie Kroll, but Hazeman just sneaking in out the back. Hazeman also making a Youth Nationals debut. Less than 6 months of experience under her belt, but seems to have adapted well.
We can see the slight slip from, oh, it was Eaton.
Yeah. Did want to recover, put that second effort in. Strong putting everything on the line today. Yeah, just drifting wide out the back, but straight into the waiting hands of Hazeman. The ACT's offense just feels a lot more structured than New South Wales at the moment. New South Wales, we've noted a couple of times that they have their deep players sitting very, very deep.
Mm.
They are sitting them wide to leave some space out, but just wonder if they're willing just to put up just the jump ball and just sort of see back their teammates in to bring down those contested catches.
Yeah. A lot of the long throws that New South Wales has been putting up, it's been very close to the sideline. So
Yeah.
perhaps if they were to centre it first, we have a little bit more success.
Strawn sends the backhand up. Looking for Christy Vu there, but Christy
Again,
out of
just
bounds.
slightly wide, yeah.
Yep. I think Strawn leaned back on that one, which sort of changed the angle of the throw. I think it's so out of bounds, so Osman to restart with the disc on the sideline, about 55 from goal.
Oh.
Mistime dump. Osman thought she was staying. Joyce said, no, I'm going. Throw goes up, but Osman recovers to get the block. Says, Rach, let's give that another go. Let's get that right this time. So SCT stuck very close to this side of the field, not giving them a lot of space to run into. Osman to Joyce. Nice wide swing. Osman gets it back. Not quite not clean enough in front of her to take the catch. She had to reach back to get it, putting her off balance a bit. And New South Wales to get another possession. Itoyo to pick up the disc. That's that backhand shot looking for Smeaton. Smeaton's underneath it. She's got the height advantage. Tags herself in her own feet. Had two defenders to beat there as she was backpedaling and had to also keep an eye where the back line was.
Yeah, great look by Otoya there.
Yep. So Osman, I reckon Osman will just shoot the forehand side from here if they're going to give it to her. Short of that time to Gregory, but slips out of her grip at Toyo. She'll look for the backhand again. Fakes the forehand. Yep, so winds it up, but the defenders are ready for that. Strawn spent it before she bought it. Was already looking ahead for her next shot before securing the disc in the hands, and has a couple of goes at it, but puts it down. Osman taking her time. Well, they're going to stack the setup first. Strong opening cut from Gregory there. Gregory's still going. Great undercut by Jones there. Just puts it too close to Osman there. I think Osman maybe cut just that bit too close to her. Didn't give her enough room to wind up and put some spin on it. So I tell you, Gregory on the mark here. Gregory, they're just giving her the backhand shot now. Not worrying about the forehand, and Critchley slides the forehand out to Strawn. Strawn out wide to Clifford. Clifford back to Strawn. Strawn with the big backhand out. Goes over the top to Smeaton, and good defense there by Downey. It's a big task being able to play defense on Smeaton there, who's one of the more experienced players of this team and likes to be that big, tall target. Strawn and Itoyo definitely looking to her for a shot, shooting at the back of the end zone. So Strawn with a clean hand block there on Joyce. Puts them right in the doorstep, centre of the field, right on the goal line. Strawn talking to the troops, setting them up. Nice dishy for there. Nice little dish pass there from Itoyo. Gets Strawn the goal. 6-3 to ACT. So aside from that first run of 3 defensive conversions there from ACT, it's just been back and forth, both teams scoring on their offense. So, which is where ACT would be content with this at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. It's just to hold that lead. Yeah.
Yep, the onus here being on.
You can see Strawn's hand block there. She was waiting for that backhand high release. And then she knew exactly what cut she wanted.
Yep, Joyce just got way out of position there and realised that that second too late. She won't be happy with herself for letting that one happen. But yeah, the onus is here on New South Wales to not only get the disc back off ACT, but convert the goal as well. And of course, being this close to half,
Yeah, I think both teams are giving each other opportunities to make those conversions.
yep.
Yeah.
Feels like a game of territory at the moment. Both teams okay with taking the lower percentage shots just as long as they gain positional advantage from it.
Great pull.
Fantastic pull. Bit slow to set up their defence, and great run through D there by Kayla Wilson there. Kayla just pulled up short when this come to her, and Kayla's just smelt that bit of blood and gone, yep, I'll have that. Strong with the backhand. Now looking for Clifford.
Yes. Connection was there. Threading it very thin, but coming off.
Much tidier offense there, and that's that first one of those defensive conversions we talked about. Could this be the start of some momentum? They're starting to find themselves a bit of energy in New South Wales. They were looking a bit flat sort of 10 to 15 minutes ago, but
Yeah, well, with run through Ds like that, what's not to be excited about?
yeah, a bit more excitement. 41 minutes deep. Do you think we'll get to points cap or time cap first?
I could see New South Wales clawing themselves back from this.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we all take it to time cap. If they can keep this energy and ACT can fight back against it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perkins and O'Connor, the two New South Wales coaches, giving a few final words pump up. They've got very similar line again. They're playing through the same players.
So the winner of this match will be versing the winner of South Australia versus Victoria in the grand final tomorrow.
And that'll be at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on the Ultimate Australia YouTube channel tomorrow. Pratley. Wide to Nethery. Those throws are hard when defenders run on the hip. That was good pressure by Smeaton there. Trying to hit that moving target with about a half-metre window. So a good opportunity here for New South Wales through Critchley and Strawn. Strawn looking to go backwards, but this is great defence. Good by Hazeman just to contain Ioto from gaining any upfield advantage. And the run through defensive pressure there by Alyssa Gregory on Critchley. Critchley just pulling up short just to make sure of the catch, but Gregory flying through at pace. Joyce now. Good high centering pass to Pratley. But called the stall out. Ran out of time. That seemed quick.
That was a very quick 10 seconds.
Yeah. Seemed to be a very fast count by Gregory, but by Clifford, but
with no contest.
Joyce was that's fine, that's fair. Probably spent too much time looking upfield before engaging a reset. Ioto sends it up, looking for Smeaton. Over Smeaton's head, she goes back to chase it down and reels it in. 6-5. Back on.
Back on. Smeaton will be very happy about that after previous attempts at goal.
Yep. And that was thrown perfectly to her advantage as well. Smeaton having a distinct height advantage over most of this ACT team, and the throw was just put out the back. She had the composure just to turn, head away from it, and reel it in with a nice easy catch. And timeout called, it looks like, by ACT just to stem the flow. So that's 3 points in a row to New South Wales, so their offensive point plus 2 defensive diversions in a row. So
Yeah, you can feel the energy change.
yeah, definitely a lot more excitement.
ACT remaining in the game though, and really great to see the defence on New South Wales main handlers ramp up in intensity. That might be, yeah, what really stumps their flow.
Yep. I think the trick here for ACT is just going to be continue the pressure on those throwers and force them to have to play longer and longer points, get more out of them.
Yeah.
See Simon Wood there, the New South Wales manager, being very vocal on the sideline in support of the girls. His manager counterpart Leon Smith there on the right, supporting his team as well. ACT coach Miriam Downey operating on her own, just no assistant coaches. Other state teams usually have at least 1 or 2 assistants working with them, or some co-coaches, but Downey operating solo and doing a great job with just how structured these girls are playing.
Yeah, definitely. She seems very cool, calm and collected in her delivery of, coaching.
Using a range of players too, like New South Wales, we're seeing the same players mostly around that handler position, but with ACT we've had Osmond, Pratley, Nethery, French, Joyce, all playing around the disc there. So, but it looks like they're going with a pretty strong lineup. They've got Joyce and Osmond on the line together. I think this might be the 3rd point that they've played together. I think Maddie Kroll might be their target on this one, closest to camera there. So Joyce and Osmond handling together. Early deep cut from Downey there. Quite a bit happening around the disc. Osmond hasn't got many options looked at, and Straw knew that was the only look that...
Great bid.
Straw knew that was the only look that Osmond had time to do, so she just came in right into it, collected it, and Itoyo with a full stretch bid trying to get that. Joyce got a free shot here. Does she take it? She takes it, looking for Gregory. For Downey. Has to come in, and Eaton puts it to ground. Itoyo, Strawn sliding under there. Everyone thought she'd stop. She's like, no, I haven't stopped. I'm going to keep going. What are the rest of you doing? There's Jandua there, back to Ioto, sends the big forehand up, but Osmond all over that one. Osmond winds up, sends the backhand out, numbers underneath it. Ioto gets enough to it just to knock it beyond the reach of, I think, Medic Eaton down there, is it? Yep. But New South Wales right back in that far corner. Forehand goes up and it's out of bounds. But where's that going to come in? It's the risk with those up the line shots is that they can drift out of bounds so easily, and you can lose yards just on one decision. Great 1-2 there to send to the disc. Another one to hit Osmond. Osmond and Joyce. This is pairing. Look at that. Great turn by Joyce. And for the nice, easy goal.
Yeah, lovely.
Hitting Grace Downey on the run. That was smooth as work by Joyce and Osmond there.
Yeah. Very confident connection between the two of them.
Yep.
And if you did look at their cutters, they were slightly spread out. So instead of opting for that risky option, to just pass it between the two of them was really working.
Yep. And it was great to get it off the sideline. Too often, ordinarily, you'd have Osmond looking for that forehand shot just into that to the far end zone on the far side of the field. But knowing that Strawn probably would have been waiting for them to do that, so they thought, let's just go bit of small ball, work it back to the middle. And then that double shimmy by Joyce there to get open. It's
definitely had the defender on the back foot.
Yep. I think I rolled my ankle just watching that. And ACT take control back. We're up 7-5. So a goal here for New South Wales obviously means half, but then New South Wales, for ACT would mean the half break. But remembering that New South Wales will start the second half on offense, regardless of who scores the last goal. So they want to maintain this advantage. This is the key one for ACT. Great chase down by the defenders there, but Ioto's still unmarked. Oh, they sorted it out now. Ioto and Strawn still the key handler pair for New South Wales. Stack's still very deep. Smeaton is 40 metres deep, just putting her hand up. Up it goes, looking for her, and in she comes.
She's got it.
Looks to move it off back to a handler, back to Ioto. Ioto winds up the backhand, but Osman was all over that. Sends the forehand shot out, looking for Chan.
Look of relief on Chan's face there.
Yeah, Smeaton just really backed herself there. She was standing about 40 metres deep in the throw, just putting her hand up, saying, come on, I've got this. And then the throw ended up coming under, but I think it was, might have been Nethery there, or French that was marking her. Just thought, oh, this is coming straight to me, but so up the throw went, and so the defender just sort of camps, oh, I've got this, but then says, sticks the jukes out, says that's mine. And wisely dumps back to a thrower, and then Osman was ready for that backhand. She jumps straight across. But obviously that leaves that forehand shot open for half a second, and the movement from Chan there to the centre field made it a nice obvious shot for Itoyo, sorry.
So 7-6, ACT in the lead by only by 1.
Crucial point this one for ACT. They want to. This goal needs to be scored by them if they want to maintain this 3-goal advantage. Osman catching the pull, getting off her start early to Joyce. Joyce out to Eden. Eden thought that someone else was there, but she ended up having to double back and chase it down. Ioto wants that backhand. Up goes the shot. Osman's all over that one. But she's left without an option. Comes wide to Kroll. Kroll unmarked. Nice smooth throw into Neve, but copped that strong one through backhand. Sends the backhand out to the far side. Numbers underneath it, and
Clifford's got it.
Great chase down by Bronte Clifford. That was put to the very far side.
And we're 7-0.
Yeah, that was it was good aggressive. It was good assertive offense there by ACT, not wanting to just be conservative. So putting that shot up, but then Neve could have called a foul there, maybe. I'm not sure, but Strawn just didn't hesitate, dialed it up, and yeah, threw it just to Clifford's advantage. Just said, nope, you've got space over there. Go fetch. Too much for Osman to run down, and yeah, caught it in the very back corner of the end zone. So smart choice there for the throw. So 7-all. So as you said earlier, New South Wales will be starting the second half on offense, regardless of the outcome of this point. So
it would be in ACT's best favour to win this. Yeah.
Yeah, they need to win this point and take half to maintain that advantage, because New South Wales get it and they get the first after the half. That's a 2-goal advantage. So crucial point here in the context of the game, and for a spot in the gold medal game tomorrow morning. Joyce, Prattley, back to Joyce. Stuck is very deep here. Not much activity happening. Joyce to Prattley. Prattley up the line to Nethery inboard. Back to Nethery. Nethery, big loopy forehand over. And forehand shot goes up the line looking for Bauer, but Bauer couldn't get to it before. I think it was Critchley got to that before Bauer did.
Great movement there from ACT.
Yeah. So New South Wales starting with the disc. Yoto wants to wind up that backhand, but just puts that short range forehand in, puts it up. Critchley underneath it. Sneaks the forehand out to Strawn. Strawn tries to pivot around for the backhand, urging her cutters to come towards her. Itoyo, sorry. I'll get that right. Back to and another one from Strong where she's tried to hurry it.
Yeah, has her mind on the next throw.
Yep. So Joyce, I reckon they've kept their stack nice and short here, ACT. This could be a one-throw play. Joyce just puts a wide. She had a free cutter out the back there who just left her defender for dead, but opted to take the more conservative option, throwing to the under. Clifford back to Eva Strawn. Strawn under a lot of pressure, and Itoyo again getting that upper line cut that she loves so much. Puts forehand out at the feet of Smeaton, and Smeaton gets down, gets two hands to it. Morgan on the mark there, putting pressure on. Itoyo wants that back, sends that forehand up, heading up the line, but Joyce.
Ooh.
Oh! Joyce just goes up that fraction too early, and that's Clifford with the goal.
New South Wales takes
Smothered
half.
by her
8-7.
teammates. That is a huge moment in this game.
Yeah. Really big comeback from New South Wales.
Yep, so that's New South Wales taking the half. Just 56 and a half minutes gone in the game. And sets us up for a nice, tight finish in the semi-final. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with you.
Thank you.
Is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire, 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 fire.
But now, oh, Ragaki with the disc.
Good afternoon and welcome back to our women's semi-final at the Australian Youth Ultimate Championships. Here with you, you have Louisa Batista.
And Simon Talbot.
Commentating, yeah, what has turned out to be a super magnificent game.
Yeah, ACT have held the lead a few times. They had a 4-0 lead and a 6-2 lead. But have pegged it back and took half 8-7 and start this half on offense. So they've won the advantage back. It'll be important we keep our eyes on the game clock in the top left corner of the screen. 62 minutes in, so 18 minutes of regulation time left. What will happen? I don't think either team's likely to hit 15 points. What will happen is once 80 minutes is reached, then that point is finished and the points cap is reduced to a new target. So we'll talk you through that once that happens. ACT with his own defense. They've set up 4 around the disc. One sitting deep. Strawn says, don't worry about that, we're just going to send it straight away. But yeah, that might think Lily Hua had either one foot either side of the line then, so they've asked the game advisors. They said, yep, that's correct, but the players will have to go back to where they were when the play stopped. It'll be Hua's disc on the restart, right on the goal line. Good shot by Strong caught Osmond unawares. Well, with a number of options around it, it goes back to Strong. Strong wants something overhead here. Puts the high throw up at the back. And easy one into the lap of Jen Dua. Oh, Dower, sorry. Or Dua. I think I had that right. Dua.
You did.
And that's New South Wales.
Yeah, now with the
9-7.
lead. 9-7.
Yeah, as we can see, yeah. No, definitely had the disc in her lap after. Right before she lifted that foot, which meant she had to restart. Then a high release flick over the top. Risky shot, difficult to make, but she had 2 there. Jen Dua just, the disc fell into her lap for her first goal of the game. Dua's in her first Youth Ultimate Championships, also a Hurlstone Ag student.
Doing really well for her first Youth Championships. So ACT on offense this point, hopefully coming out firing.
Sticking with some of their there's some of their best attackers on this ball at New South Wales, so they're confident they're going to get this turn and play smooth offense to get it in. Osmond puts it out to the advantage of Joyce, and Joyce sends a big throw up, looking for Nethery, but Nethery was on her way under, and throw's gone sailing over everyone's head, and it'll be Eva Strawn to restart.
It looks like ACT is resetting that zone.
Yep. One on the mark, extra 3 around the disc, but they've got to. They can't easily give up that backhand. And play that forehand over the top to Itoyo. Nice one-handed grab there by Kayla Wilson. Another throw through the cup field to Strawn. Strawn sends the backhand looking for Smeaton, but Joyce under it. Big go to Bauer. I think a foul call there on the throw.
Yeah, I think another definitely non-malicious one, just running through.
Yep.
Make
Telling
contact.
everyone, not contested. She agrees with the call. It'll be Bauer's disc with the stall count of 0. Much cleaner on the block that time. Toyo sends the backhand up, looking for Clifford. Clifford v Osmond. And she's done it. Wins the battle, but lands out of bounds. Some premature celebrations from the New South Wales sideline there, but looked great from here, but we're obviously a long way away from it. And,
Yeah.
so Osmond to bring the disc in.
ACT with the stack very close to the sideline.
Yep. Forehand throw goes up, but straight into the waiting hands of Eva Strawn. Strawn wants that backhand, pivoting aggressively into the mark and gets it out to Toyo, who winds up that backhand as well. ACT giving him that throw, obviously back at their defenders, but yeah. Comes in too hot on Christy Vu there. Another Hurlstone Ag student. Osmond looking high, looking upfield.
Clifford putting a lot of pressure on that mark.
Great grab by Joyce. Under pressure there from Toyo. And Osmond puts the big forehand up. Numbers underneath it. Morgan comes in to meet it. Has a look upfield and looks backwards to her handlers. That's Bradley with the disc. Bradley sends it up to Osmond, but Osmond expected it further out in front, had to reach backwards. So seeing a zone there. Osmond handling and playing the mark on the zone, so having a lot to do at this point. ACT would want to tighten up that fence, get those three players closer together, stop those throws coming out, but throw goes out the back. Joyce gets up, gets enough on it to just push it over Clifford's head. So Osmond taking her time to get back to the disc, not surprising given she's playing
Mark as well.
both those roles. Clifford doing very well with that matchup. We watched Clifford earlier today, had the matchup on Lucy Della for Victoria, so she's great, doing well defensively and forces the high stall count throwaway, so Strawn unmarked. Start straight away, but I think Clifford's called the stall. Just having a chat to see if she got the disc out before the time. So the stall count is counted by the marker out loud. And the official rule is that once the marker gets that T in 10 out, that is the end of the stall. So it looks like
A contested stall? No.
yeah, contested stall.
Contested stall.
Oh no. Yeah, at that time. So not sure what happened there. And they get a second goal. This time, Nethery catches it. Puts a couple of options out, and great defense there by it's Christy Vu. Yep, getting in between the two New South Wales. Oh, sorry, the two ACD players getting it. Great grab by Clifford there, landing in bounds and sends it forward, looking for Vu. Vu at both ends of the field, back to Clifford. Great shot there by Strawn. They had three cutters heading deep with the advantage over the ACT chasers, and yeah, just had to put the throw out to advantage. And ACT have called the timeout, and this is a 5-goal run.
Yeah, definitely
for
time
New
to
South
regroup
Wales.
for ACT.
ACT is certainly not out of it. With just 9 minutes of the game clock remaining. As you see Bauer there. Didn't have a lot of options presented to her and just tried to reach out, didn't pivot out, just wanted to get the quick throw out. But was knocked down comfortably. And again, that big backhand from Itoyo. Joyce did well to get that one. No, that's not the one we looked at just before, was it? I should pay attention to the replays. Yeah, so ACT, they're still playing well enough to be in this game.
Yeah.
It's just the defensive pressure has stepped up from New South Wales on their cutters, and you just need Downey, the coach of ACT, should just be telling the players right now, you know what, take that last step in. Just come in and meet the disc. Don't wait for it to come to you.
Yeah. Have that confidence in their cutting that they had early on.
Yeah.
They proved early that they were very capable cutters. It's just a matter of, yeah, like you said, just committing.
Yeah. But New South Wales, they're still running the same plays around the disc, still running a very short rotation. They certainly win in this game. It's not a championship winning strategy. Because, yeah, relying on the same players to carry you through 3 days, it can be, doesn't take much to go against you.
Yeah, we initially saw them a little bit tired and fatigued earlier on, first few points, but when the energy spiked, I think their bodies responded.
Yeah.
All the pain and niggles just went away.
Yep. New South Wales waiting just while there's still last few instructions being given to ACT players. Strawn and Utoyo and Clifford all still playing this point. Clifford's played most points this game as well as Strawn and Utoyo.
Yeah, and I think she scored at least 3, if not 4 of the goals.
Yeah. Joyce. Great grab there by Neve. Oh, sorry, it's by Hazeman. Looking to get back to Pratley. Pratley gets it back. CT about 10 metres from goal. Yeah, that throws lean back a bit too high by Grace Downey there. New South Wales get another possession. I tell you, wants that back end up. Just go short range this time. But Ewan come in to help out, but ended up running into Strawn's space, and I don't think Atoyo expected her to be there. So that throw came in a bit hot right at her torso. So Joyce with the shot now.
Ooh.
Puts it up, but doesn't get enough of it.
Right idea.
Yeah, just didn't sort of come out of her hand smoothly, so probably not what she wanted to do. Taya Strawn. To Nguyen. Nguyen throws it underneath the hand, but Hazeman not contesting that foul. Back to Nguyen. To Cretchley. Squeezes the forehand out to Nguyen, but again, I think Nguyen was prepared for that. I think she was just clearing out. But Pratley will restart. About 30 from goal. Urging her players to give her something happy. What was that forehand? Sneaks the inside staring pass to Joyce, but Joyce wasn't ready, had to reach back for it. Big backhand out by Strawn.
Oh.
Full stretch layout by Angelina Lee there.
Very good effort.
Angelina Lee out of Fort Street High School, one of 2 girls on the team from Fort Street, and another strong program up in Sydney with I think 5 of the New South Wales boys teams from that school. Oh, just chase it all the way down. That landing was a little bit awkward, but
yeah,
good
dirt
on
on
for
the
having the
shoulder.
heart to chase it down. ACT about 60 from goal, but centre of the field. Joyce with the free shot. Oh, the cutter's going deep. Not much coming under, so she resets. Back to French. Yeah, the cutters are very static. They're sitting very deep. All out of legs. Joyce working hard to get yards in the attack. Disc is probably going to go up here to Downey. Downey drags it in, but another stall out called on Haseman there, but Haseman not contesting that one. Didn't get it out before the count. And Itoyo to go again. Strawn. Oh, sends the wide backhand out. I wonder if she meant to let go of that. I thought she would have shot directly up the line, but ended up heading to the far side of the field.
Definitely a lot of space in that back area, back corner.
Rachel Joyce, one of the co-captains, and will be representing Australia later this year at the World Under-20 Championships in Toronto. High release break pass. Keeping her defender moving, and Joyce comes in hard, comes with the one hand, but yeah, calls a foul. I would agree with that one. I think that, yeah, Toyo couldn't make a play on that without making contact, so that'll be Joyce's disc. Players having to reset back to where they were when the foul occurred before the restart. So Joyce with the disc about 50 from goal. Looks back to Pratley. The stack's sitting very, very, very deep. They've got to have players come to the disc, and Pratley tries to burn it up, and looks like our game clock's a little slow. That's the official timekeeper siren gone, so that is 80 minutes gone. So this point will finish, and then we'll determine the new points cap from there. Joyce sends it up the line, looking for Haseman, but Haseman having to turn back and try to catch it at her feet. Not an easy task. Itoyo left without a dump, puts the backhand out to Strawn on her second effort. Strawn puts it up over the top, but swatted away by, I think that was Gregory there. It says, not in my house, not today. Joyce. Gregory catching it ahead of the outstretch hand of Critchley there. Looking to get it back to a thrower. A lot of people in close quarters. Has to throw the dad backhand out at a high stall count. And this goes to ground. Itoyo with the restart, 35 from goal. Winds up the backhand, off it goes. Looking for Clifford. Clifford.
Yes.
Reels it in. Great grab by Clifford there. She's been their main target there this whole game.
And stacks on.
I think it's been about a third or fourth goal in that fashion where it's Strawn or Itoyo just winding up that backhand and going kapow, sending it out.
After such a long point,
So New South Wales get that goal to take the score to 11-7. So the game will now be to 12 points. New South Wales just needing the one defensive conversion to close out the game. ACT will need quite a few more than that. For the winner, a berth in the gold medal game against, we think, the Victorians.
I would think
tomorrow.
So. Yeah. Their play has concluded, but I'm not sure what the score was.
Yep. We've got 11-7. So ACT having a chat on the line there. What would you say? What would you be saying to a team in their situation now, Lou?
I would say that we're not out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say stay the course. What you don't want to do in this situation is try and change what you're doing. So they should keep attacking the game with their offense, still taking the chances.
Yeah.
Just need to find that little bit of intensity. So often players will save themselves because they think there's a lot more of the game to go. You just got to remind them there's nothing left to save yourself for.
Yeah, put
If
it
you've
all
got
on
to
the
do it,
line.
you've got to do it now. So Osman back on the field. Great, huge gainer to an unmarked player there. That's Nethery with the disc there. Puts the forehand out to Bauer. Now looking there, but Itoyo just gets hands to it. It was great seeing Osman playing upfield there. Strawn. Itoyo. Again, New South Wales sitting very, very, very deep.
Yes.
And Monique Eaton gets her hands on that block.
I was hoping ACT would put on some intensity.
Yeah.
So great to see a run through block like that.
Osman walking to the disc. Stack is nice and set up. There's one player sitting out the back there. Who's that? That's I think it's Morgan. But the shot goes up.
Great.
Looking for Eaton and Eaton.
Ooh.
Hands to it, but Strong comes in. Oh, sorry. That was Smeaton comes in. Having a chat about what happened there. They're not sure. They're looking to
They're looking, what would we call this?
I mean, on first look, and we're sitting about we're probably about 40 minutes from that play. At first look, I think Eaton had it.
Yeah, it might be a ground strip in her action of falling. She's just let go.
Yeah, but it looks like Smeaton got a hand to that as it was in her hand, but I'm not. Again, I'm not a player. I'm not out there. It's not my decision.
Yeah.
So the game advisor in there just guiding the conversation. The game advisor will not offer a binding opinion. They'll just there to facilitate the conversation between the players and just advise on the technicalities of the rules should the players not be certain.
Yeah. A relatively new thing in Australian Ultimate, would you say, the game advisors?
It's been around for a couple of years, and obviously national events and above, we don't see this at state level or qualifying events. So, but yeah, it's been players who have played with game advisors have found it quite useful. So, looks like we can't come to an agreement. So, the player's just going to contest the situation, which means the disc will just go back to the previous throw. Oh no, sorry, they've agreed that it's uncontested. Right, I think the wrong signal was used there. It looked contested to me, but they agreed that it was a uncontested foul. So the difference being, if it was a strip, it means it was knocked out of her hands as she caught it, which meant that would have been an automatic goal. But because it, strip, but foul means that she was just contacted preventing the catch, which meant that the disc would then come back to the front of the end zone. So,
yeah.
8th goal for the match for ACT. Great move there by Osmond, and good, nice little throw by Eaton. Those short forehands, like less than 5 meters, they're very difficult to do well.
Very difficult to get a spin on that.
Yeah. But she timed it well, just left her hand, moved forward a man, and sat in Osmond's lap as she ran through. So
yeah. Plenty of space for Osmond as well, made by those cutters in the stack.
Osmond, one of the highest level players on the field, played Division 1 Women's Australian Ultimate Championships in the women's division with Factory, the Canberra women's team. So potentially the last point for New South Wales. They've still got their same main offensive players, so Clifford, Itoyo, Chan, Strawn. I think seen the win out there as well. Itoyo back to Strawn. Yeah, they've straightened the mark up just to take away the long throws of these two. Again, Clifford, 50 metres away from the disc. You can't see on camera, but she's going to come into play now this close to the end zone. Itoyo winds up that backhand, sends it in the Clifford direction. Osmond all over it. Osmond Back to centre to Joyce, but just too far in front. And New South Wales disc at centre field, about 10 from goal to close it out. For a spot in the final, Strawn puts it up, numbers underneath it, and knocked down by Morgan. Great defense there by Morgan, just to get in there saying, well, if no one's going for it in the air, I'm going to. Osman to restart. Joyce takes off early. Strawn peels off the back of the stack to go with her. Good work by Kroll to recognise that and get the easy under. Forces Strawn back towards her. Kroll looking for Osmond. Not many options happening. Bit of a panic, gets it out to Osmond.
Gets it to her.
Wow. This is tight ultimate. Great cut by Joyce. Joyce to get the continuation to Osmond. Osmond to get it, puts the throw up. Looking for Kroll.
Oh, Hazeman's got it.
Oh, sorry, Hazeman. Hazeman puts the backhand up.
Oh.
Puts too much on it.
Ooh.
Oh, just out of bounds. I was looking for Catherine Neve. Yes, a fantastic offense there. Just great 1-2s by the hands to set themselves up for the long shots. And the cutters are timing it well, knowing exactly when to head deep. Strawn tight on the sideline, sends it deep, looking for Clifford. Osmond takes it out of the air, bombs it straight back, looking for Joyce. Itoyo collects it, winds up that backhand. Keep selling players, that's what I want. Keep cutting there, to win. Sends it up. Has 2 goes at it, Itoyo. Itoyo looking, eyes only at the end zone, not even looking unders. Looks at Strawn, Strawn in close. Right on the sideline, Strawn pumps the backhand up, looking out, and again, another Osmond block. Osmond just playing in front of Clifford there. Clifford just needs to come closer and play in front of Osmond to make those shots more viable. Kroll all on her own. Takes the easy catch. Goes one of her dubs. So there's Joyce with the option up the line. Sends it up and over. Osmond, what a grab.
What a grab.
Osmond sends the wide backhand out, looking for Morgan. Morgan goes to ground but can't reel it in.
Introduction of some light rain here at Flinders University.
This game has found some intensity in these last few minutes. Itoyo and Strawn, they've got about 25 metres into the front of the stack. Strawn didn't have control of it as she tried to change her grip to wind up that backhand, and it slips out of her hands, giving ACT another possession, this time about 30 from goal. Osmond taking her time, walking slowly through this. Joyce with the opening move. Off she goes into the end zone, puts the backhand out. And
not quite enough.
Contact there from Clifford on the mark. Affected the throw, so the call has been made. And so foul called on the throw. Likely uncontested. Play restarts. This time she puts the forehand up. She was looking in the Morgan direction, but didn't come out as clean as she liked. Disc is probably getting a bit wet and slippery now with this light rain. Strawn, 64 from goal. Pumps the backhand out. Plenty of numbers under it. Clifford lost her footing. Osmond just straight underneath it. Reads it better than anyone there. Puts the backhand out to Joyce. Wants it back. Joyce finds Osmond again. She's got a cutter going deep, puts the forehand up, and kind of gets hands to it. Hazeman there, providing that option, but tried to take it early, so she'd land in for the goal rather than just come out and meet the disc. So Strawn with another go. Kroll got the job marking Strawn, trying to take away those long throws. Itoyo. Another backhand. Win, losing her footing there. Straight back on, she's right on the sideline. Needs to get the throw again. Puts the throw out to Itoyo's advantage, but
just out of reach.
So another possession for ACT. Osmond pick up the disc. Hazeman with the opening cut. Gets the catch under. There's an option, gets it to Joyce. Joyce with the grab. Ahead of Itoyo. Joyce looking to the far side of the field. Puts it in board to Osmond, but just a bit too much zip on it. Comes off the end of Osmond's fingers. New South Wales bench being very animated, supporting her teams here.
Everybody's feeling tense.
Toyo with Joyce on the mark. It's good, been a good matchup there. So Toyo's definitely got Joyce for pace, but once the mark is locked on, Joyce is not letting her have that backhand that she loves so much.
I think the disc is slippery now with all the rain. People are just only just missing their players.
Hard to get a good clean catch unless it's right in front of you. Osmond taking every second she needs. Gives the stack a rest. They've got a third handler coming out wide just to take an extra defender out. Oh, I see what's happening. So Strawn, Kroll is pulling Strawn out of the play at the back of the end zone here to try and open up space for her teammates. Osmond 10 from goal. Puts it through the middle, and that was Nguyen, I think, got a hand to that one.
Yeah.
New South Wales get going quickly. Lots of 1-2 between Toyo and
ACT will want to stop that.
Strawn. They hold them back. Kroll on the mark here. Joyce in close, marking a Toyo. Clifford and Osmond again, stationed about 35 metres away from the disc. Just waiting for that shot. Joyce just flattening up the mark. Kroll and Joyce just doing a good job containing, but this is great downfield defense from ACT as well. They're covering every undercut, and Joyce and Strawn and Toyo have just nothing to look at. There we go. They finally get one clear.
Big
Pumps the
backhand.
throw up. It's going to go over the top of Osmond. No, it drops in short. Osmond had that read better than anyone at this game. And she's left without a dump. She's going to have to throw forward, but puts it out sideways to Joyce. Joyce goes wider to Neve. Neve takes her time, doesn't rush the throw. Back to Joyce. Joyce is a nice soft one over the top to Hazeman. Injury called against Maddie Kroll. She's tags out for Alyssa Gregory there. Oh, sorry, that's Charmaine Jones coming on to replace her. Jones's first move is just to get out of there and drag Strawn with her. Joyce with the backhand up the line to Osmond. Osmond has a clear shot of the end zone, but just dials it back. Puts the forehand into Jones. Jones just urging players to cut. She's come on fresh going, why aren't you all running? I'm feeling fine. Osmond with the backhand. Looks like they've collided there as they've gone for it, but whether there's a foul or not, yes, a foul has been called. We'll see what the outcome of this conversation is going to be. There's things that would have been let go earlier in the game tend to be discussed just that little bit further.
Yeah, it matters more.
So I'll invite the game advisor in just to see what they saw. Let's have a look on the replay here. So packet goes up, it's Hazeman, and I think it's in, and yeah, the throws definitely come off. And whether the contact from a Toyo affected Hazeman's catch. Now, with the benefit of a slow motion replay, I would have said yes, it did. But obviously, live action play, things are a bit heated. So the disc will come back to Osmond, and players will reset to where they were before that throw. ACT players clearing out, room for Joyce to work with, and it's still up there. And she takes the grab.
It in.
I think it was Hazeman repeated the same cut, came under, and then I think Osmond had put that inside forehand into it, but Joyce just thought, no, we're going to miss that. I'm just going to chase that in, and dials it back in down. So 11-9 to New South Wales, with 12 still remaining the points cap. We are, remember the game clock, the clock on our coverage is about a minute and a half behind the official game clock. So we're up to about 97 minutes of action here.
Yeah, really long games for these players that are playing majority of the points.
So Osmond, Joyce taking a well-earned break. Osmond's still on the field. They've gone with aside from Osmond, gone with a completely fresh set of legs. So, actually, I think they've played that last point. Eaton. Meanwhile, New South Wales still sticking with their Clifford, Itoyo, and Strawn
And we see
still on the field. And this time,
Loveday back after strapping an ankle.
yep, Smeaton back on as well. We'll have to call this game for bad light soon, Lou. This is it's getting quite
looking
dark here.
rather dark on the telly as well.
Yep. Sun getting very low here in Adelaide. Natoyo Strawn, 1-2 to gain yards. Strawn puts the backhand up. It's coming wide. Smeaton's underneath it.
Ooh,
Gets
very
two hands to it,
close.
but doesn't. Just fingertips. Can't lock the thumbs around it and keep control of it. So Osmond taking the time. Clifford got the job on Osmond this point. Stats us nice and short. Nethery. Eaton. Didn't look bad for Osmond, but again, those short 1-2 metre throws are very difficult to do well and time well.
Yeah.
Toyo goes forward to Nguyen. Nguyen, no options happening here, but puts a nice sideways throw out to, lateral cut out to Christy Vu. Yeah, they're doing well to hold their offensive structure here and time their cuts, move one at a time. Draw the New South Wales players around, and yeah, great from Sam Nethery here to recognise that Strawn's just content to peel off the back, so she's got easy undercuts whenever she likes, but probably needs to move this back to a handler quicker, but good on her for having a look upfield and taking the game on.
Yeah.
Itoyo winds up that backhand again, can't get it out. Eaton on the mark, putting pressure on, and that's Nethery marking with the job on Strawn. Strawn to Nguyen. Yeah, they've straightened up the mark on these three. Stopping those big throws come out. Content to let them go sideways, but they're inching away at this field position. Toyo looks to get that backhand, gets the forehand out to Nguyen. Dishes straight back to Strawn. Strawn just has eyes at the end zone. Winds up that backhand, gets it out sideways to
Clifford now with Osmond taking a step off.
Yep. They really want Osmond in the end zone, but putting her on the mark, it's good by Clifford to come out of there and continue to inch away. Itoyo getting impatient, wants to get rid of it, and that's the run through D by Sam Nethery. Fantastic job. She keeps going, she wants a deep shot. Osmond stands a circuit backhand out, but Nethery knew as soon as it went up. Oh, sorry, Theo, I'm not going to get there. But it wins them field position back. New South Wales took about 18 and 20 passes to get there, and all of a sudden it's all undone just with one shot from Osmond. Straight up mark on Strawn.
Yeah, great
that
pressure.
short range flick, yeah, that's fantastic defensive pressure in tandem from Eaton and Nethery there to generate that that opportunity at the goal. Osmond calling players out. They've taken 3 out of the end zone. So it's just 4 on 4.
Strawn with a big step off.
Great movement. The throw goes up over the top, looking for
Eaton's
Eaton.
ACT definitely saying we're still in this.
Monique Eaton just had the space. Eva Strawn was stepping off her. She's just going, right, I'm just going to drift out the back here. Theo Osmond's just gone, yep, I see you. Here it comes. And
ignores the presence of Strawn.
yeah, great by Eden. Strawn was bearing down on her, but no, she was not intimidated in the slightest. Just stood there, planted her feet. Nice easy catch. We see the replay here. It starts there at the back of the stack. Watch saw the cuts unfold before her. Yep, sees
Hand
the
goes
space.
up, says yep.
Says, yep, cool, I'm free. And Strawn was charging in, thought the throw was going to come low and flat, but doesn't recognise that. Set it over the top and pinpoint accuracy. That would have been, that disc would have travelled close to 25 metres, and just to hit a standing target under that kind of pressure. They drew it back to 10-11. Can they do it, Lou? Can they do it? The last 3 goals since time cap.
Yeah.
We are over 100 minutes deep into this game. New South Wales, virtually the same line. ACT, Joyce back on.
Playing for position in the grand final.
Yep.
Both teams want it.
Clifford, Ioto, and Strawn all playing almost every point of this game. Chan looking forward, puts a great forehand out to the advantage of Clifford. Clifford looking back to her handler, wants to get it back and use her legs to win this game instead of her throws. Dishes it back to Itoyo. Itoyo in shot to the win, gets it back. Puts the forehand out, looking for Clifford, and she's done it.
Game to New South Wales.
Bronte Clifford with her 4th goal of the game to seal it. Wow, what a comeback.
That was spectacular to watch.
Great grit, great determination from both these teams. Some of these players playing almost every point of this game, over 100 minutes of action. And New South Wales through to the grand final tomorrow.
Can they defend their title?
And ACT to face South Australia for a bronze medal. And if ACT play like they have this game, I think that'll be a foregone conclusion this one. But New South Wales will have to bring their best tomorrow to face the undefeated Victorians. Simon Talbot here.
With Louisa Batista.
Signing off for Ultimate Australia. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Alti.tv